Hey, good morning. I hope everyone is blessed and having a great day. I'm sure some of you probably saw the video I posted yesterday. And, it wasn't a pretty video, but it was something very freeing in posting that video. And I'm so grateful to God that I did that because, I was one of those people that really thought I had to be perfect at all times in everything I did in my life to have meaning, to have purpose, to have self-worth. And for those of you who might be struggling with the same kind of thing, you know how exhausting and how self-imprisoning it can be. I mean, to go from your early childhood, and for me, up until 40, being afraid to make mistakes, being feeling like I had to be absolutely perfect for anybody to see me, for anybody to think I was worth something. And it also gives a lot of power to other people, in my case, my romantic relationships. I was and still am, but healing, a woman who was finding her identity in her relationships. And unfortunately, when you're like that, you tend to want to be with people who, well, first of all, you already give them the baton and give them the power because you come in the relationship feeling less than. And you want to take on their personalities. You want to take on their hopes, their dreams, their desires, their families, their everything becomes your identity. And when you do things like that, you lose yourself. And in my case, I didn't even know myself going in these relationships. So, not to say that the other person was necessarily a bad person or anything like that, but a lot of times the people that you're connecting with are not healed, okay? They have their own issues and problems and red flags that you're not seeing because you simply just want love. You just want someone to see you. And it makes you very vulnerable to predatory behavior and, men who prey on women that don't have really good self-esteem. And, I really struggled for a long time. And, I just thought that I had to always look perfect. My hair had to be perfect. So going through a grow out phase where I'm trying to grow my hair out is like, it feels like hell. Excuse my language, but it does because it's like, this isn't perfect. I either have my hair cut real low and cropped and blonde, or it needs to be very long. This in between, how do I get anyone to look at me? you know and a lot of the times women, and I'm not and when I say women, I'm saying this because I am reflecting from my own self, my own experience. That's the only place I can talk from. Not to say that men don't experience the same things, and I hope that I can reach people, men and women, who need to hear this, because ultimately, I started this page thinking that, if you look at my prior videos, I had to be all perfect and bubbly and like you know and you know what? I realized it don't matter. Yeah, when I dance and shake my butt, I got all the views. You know, um, in some of the videos where I look more attractive, I got more views. But I'm not here for that no more, and I'm glad. There's so much healing and freedom in just accepting yourself as you are, and when you do look good and when you do feel great, that's a cherry on top. But you have value and worth before all that. And I did not see that, for years. And, I was constantly comparing myself and looking at other women, and I don't look like this, and my body has to be no waist and a big old hind parts, and my boobs need to be up to the ceiling, and I need to be, every time I dance, it has to be provocative, and everything I do, I need to be perfect. And not just in relationships, but with work, working, and because nobody gives me any affirmation on my job, I just don't want to work. I'm the type of person that needs constant external affirmation to feel like I have a place in this world, like I belong, like I'm able to breathe. And for anybody that's struggling with that, I just want to say I'm sorry, because that is a horrible place to be in. And I'm hoping and praying for you that you will come out of it and that you will find God. If you don't have him in your life now, that you will find him, because after 40 years of searching and doing things my own way, I can honestly tell you all I was doing was running in circles. I kept doing the same thing, the same patterns, the same thing, the same kind of partners, the same mess ups over and over and over again. And it wasn't until now, with my last relationship, there was some good that came out of it. This person was very into God. Now, I think it was a little too much, but it did start my journey back to where I needed to be, because I've always been a spiritual person, always, grew up in a church and all that stuff. But like life, we all kind of just go our own ways. We got to go out here and butt our heads ourselves in order to really learn. And so now I've really made that commitment to start reading my Bible on a daily basis. I get a daily devotional from a past therapist who sends it to me every day. And after every devotional, there's like a few Bible scriptures. So I use that as an opportunity to read my Bible daily. I start praying a lot more, and I don't, and you don't have to talk to God in a way where it's like, oh, all this fabricated stuff. No, you can talk to God just like he's one of your girlfriends or one of your homies. Like, God is here to listen to you. He doesn't need all of that perfection. It doesn't have to be very long. It can simply be, God, I'm here. I'm hurting. I messed up. I need you. I need you to show me where to go. I need you to show me my purpose. And, you have to also realize that God is not a sorcerer. He is not a magician. Excuse me. Yes, I don't speak properly all the time. And yes, these videos, I do them off the top of my head. I don't pre-plan them. I just get on here and I speak, because that is where I feel like the true meat is. Starting out, I was on here like really trying to like give showmanship. But, God has spoke to me, and it's like, that's not where I'm going to really identify and meet my crowd. I don't care if I don't get the subscribers. I don't care if the 51 subscribers I have, if they all go away tomorrow. Because you know what I tell myself? Jesus was the absolute perfect person to walk this earth. The most perfect. He was actually perfection. And what did we do to him? Crucified him, told him he was a liar, beat him, and ultimately killed him. So if it's good enough for Jesus, then who am I to not get ridiculed? Who am I to not get rejected? Who am I to not feel pain? Think about that. And so again, I go back to the video I posted yesterday. Yes, it was very exploiting of myself, because now I'm putting my pain out there for public consumption. And people can look at it and laugh at me. People can look at it and point out all the bad things. But I'm finally in a place where I can say, because I did that, oh well, I'm still here. I still woke up. Sun is still shining. I still got a job. My family still loves me. Like, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have a bad day. But I believe that the real healing comes when we take our pain and we confess it to the Lord. And in some cases, somebody we can trust, mentors and things like that. And when you put it out in the open and stop hiding it and being so afraid, because that was the biggest thing for me. If people really saw how unattractive I can look when I don't have all the makeup on and when I'm not out performing, because I'm a performer. I don't know why, but I do. I know how to like be real silly. I know how to like, dance and just be over the top all the time. And it gets exhausting, because in the inside, it was like, is this even who I really am? And trying to keep up with a facade to make people like you. I'm gonna be honest, people don't pay me no mind. And my mind made me think that I was always on display. So I would always be so like, when I would walk, my head was always looking at the ground since a little girl. Every time people talk to me and look me in my eyes, I couldn't do it. I would look all around because I felt that insecure. So I'm not going to get too long into one video. Hopefully these videos will progress over time, but I'm just here to let you know, whoever is out there struggling with self-identity, with self-worth, with self-esteem, that I'm here for you. I am praying for you, and I'm here to let you know that it's not an easy journey. You know, for me, it took to the age of 40 to finally get it. And there was a lot of pain, a lot of tears. I wish I could tell you this is going to be easy and you'll just wake up tomorrow, everything will be good. And maybe in some people's circumstances that was the case, but for me, it was not. This journey is extremely hard. But let me tell you something, brother, sister, baby girl, it's worth it. It's worth taking the time out to heal your pain. So many of us out here are out here looking all great on the outside, body banging, hair looking good, money, cars, great success in careers. But so many of us are lacking the self-worth, the confidence, and the ability to be who we truly are when the mask comes down, you know? And I'm inviting you today to start looking inward and figuring out the places in you that are broken, and telling yourself that you are worthy to be here just as you are. Yes, you want to grow, you want to become better, but you are worthy to be here just as you are. You don't need no permission from nobody. You don't need no views. You don't need no man or woman to tell you that. You have worth, you have love, and you have God who sees you every day, who hears everything you say, even the things you don't say. He has numbered every hair on your head and wrote down everything about you. He loves you and he wants to hear from you today, yesterday, tomorrow. Make it a point to let him bring you out of the darkness. It is a way out. And I did not see that for so long. So I get it. I get it when you be like, oh, I don't believe in myself. That was a huge thing. People say, you just got to believe in yourself. And I was like, I just can't. But you can if you truly let God come in and you surrender everything that you're holding on to and you just let it go in God. You know, when they say let go and let God, I know that's all cliche terminology, but it's so real. You know, it's so real, but it's hard. Because as humans, we want to be in control of everything we do. And when you're following God, you have no control because you realize he is the king. He dwells in you. Your body is a vessel for him to do his work in. You're just here to kind of like do what he told you to do. But we have free will. You know, that's the beautiful thing about God. He doesn't come down here and put fear in us and like, you better do what I say, or you vanish, or you bust in flames, because then everyone will be doing it. He lets you live your life as you want. You have a choice. And the beautiful thing is, God is so patient. He is so patient. It don't matter if you messed up 15,000 times. He will, the next day, he gives you another opportunity, that he gives you grace on this earth to fix it and make amends with him and go into heaven. So, you know, I like I said, I got a lot of videos on here. I don't know. I still don't have I don't really want to make no promises to anybody. You know, my channel is a little all over the place. But I'm a firm believer that whoever is supposed to hear this message is going to hear it, and it's going to help them. And however I can help you, I can't promise I'll make your life better, but I will try to post videos daily, and I'll just speak from whatever comes to my mind, and if it touches one person, that's good enough for me. So anyway, you know, that's all I got to say today. I'm wishing everybody a wonderful and beautiful day in Christ, and remember, you have worth and purpose and meaning. Take care.